All right. What's up, Johnny K? We are back. We are back for for y'all. Every year there's some newbies. So for all the newbies, this is a this is a therapy session for me, and the byproduct is hopefully you guys get some out of it. It is it is an extensive breakdown analyzation of every play. So sometimes these these shows go to the midnight hour. Sometimes these can be 2 or 3 hours. I usually go on a rant at the beginning. I don't really have a rant on top of my head right now, but I know in about 30 seconds I am going to start ranting. But so I usually start the show. If you don't like a monologue, you probably shouldn't tune in for about the first 10 or 15 minutes. Just giving you a heads up. Also, since I'm not governed by the FCC, it's going to be some colorful words that are going to be used. What's up, Soul Guy? Tyler said, "Oh, usually only catch the replays, but nice to watch one live." All right, Tyler. Thank God for the holiday weekend. I'm sure that's the only reason why you're up, because if you're on the East Coast and you have to work in the morning like us, like most of us people, you probably wouldn't stay up to 1 o'clock in the morning watching me. John said, LOL at 10 to 15 minutes. John, come on, man. It's not, well, it can go 30 sometimes. Johnny brings up a good point. If you have a player that you like that plays on special teams, unfortunately, you won't get to see any special teams on my broadcast. Just don't do it. Can't do it, won't do it, ain't gonna do it. I apologize in advance. If you are the girlfriend or father, uncle, cousin of one of the place kickers or one of the kickoff return guys or the kickoff coverage guys, I'm sorry. Petrified just found you on Twitter. I appreciate that, man. Where you been though? Petrified, where you been? Dude, I've been on Twitter. I'm just joking, Petrified. I'm just joking. You also learned that I'm a little bit of a troll. I don't try to be, but people have said I am, so I troll a little bit. I appreciate you coming on YouTube though, Petrified. Everybody, I'm really gonna say this. Everyone, if you're on Twitter, I know Twitter's a great site for me. Go on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Just hit that little subscribe button. You don't even gotta hit the notification button unless you really want to watch the show on YouTube. Get my subscribers up on YouTube. I would greatly appreciate it. Um, let's go to the game. Brandon Ramsey basically took the steam. That's one. He took the steam out of my broadcast. Maybe I should pull it up and I read it to you guys, because what he said was exactly how I feel. And sometimes, y'all, sometimes we are as fans are our worst enemy, and it bothers me a lot. And um, it's great for someone who played on some bad teams. I played on a lot of bad teams. For the temperature of UK to get to where it is now, where we are, the expectations are way higher than it's ever been. And I love it. I really do. I love it. But let's also understand and be realistic. Because some people say I'm a pumper, but then when I say be realistic about how many games we can win consistently, no one says anything about that. That's not a pumper statement. Because I want people to understand that no matter how well we recruit, we're still not in the top third of the conference in recruiting. You cannot win without the Jimmys and Joes. And sometimes we lose sight of that because sometimes we are pissed off at certain things that happen. And I get it. But that's what I'm here for. And you don't have to like me. Just respect me. That's all I ask. So Brandon Ramsey said this. I'm gonna read it verbatim. He said, I will never understand why fans try so hard to outsmart the information given to us by those who get paid to have opinions. That's not me because I'm not paid to have an opinion. What's up, AJ? What's up, Tyler? I'm not paid to have an opinion. Well, I guess I am now, maybe a little bit. Toledo was 36 in the AP poll. They were a very trendy week 1 upset pick. The spread floated between 7.5 and 10. There are a lot of people, a lot of social media guys and girls, I'm going to say because I'm not sure, that picked them to beat us. There's a lot of people within the BBN media that picked Toledo to beat us. That's a fact. Objectively, Kentucky passing game was disappointing. However, in the aggregate, didn't everything go essentially as expected, or maybe even better in the eyes of many nationally? That defensive front played better than I ever imagined. The same people wanted you to know how bad they thought Kentucky would be this season, somehow still more pessimistic after week 1. I just don't get it. That's what I don't get. I don't get the people who were apprehensive about playing this game, people who thought we were going to lose this game, and because we didn't win by enough, are pissed about that. Makes no sense. If this team was so good and you thought they were going to beat us, or you thought we were so bad that we were going to lose to them, well, we can't be either. Do I think Kentucky's a top 25 team? Of course not. However, I just watched them mostly control the game against a team people think is pretty good. I think the defense and the running game will have us in a lot of competitive games, and then anything can happen. The beauty of college football is the week-to-week build-up and the unknown of every Saturday. We as Kentucky fans get a week of being 1-0 before hosting top 20 Ole Miss, a team we beat at their place last year when they were ranked even higher. Let's just enjoy it. Go Cats. That is so on point. And I even have to check myself because I was not, and I still am, not happy with the product. AJ said these people just want to be negative. There ain't no pleasing these people. They aren't really fans. I don't want. Yeah, I'll take a win all we can get it. I'll take a W anywhere it goes, y'all. I'm gonna say this, and this was brought up by others, and I thought it. So this is what happened last year. If you watch my show last year, or I've been on other shows, and I was like last year after ODU should have beat South Carolina. I was like, there's no way that team is gonna come here and beat us. If you watch that ODU game, there was a fumble that gave the ball to South Carolina on like the 2-yard line. Like those things were not like, it did not look like a good team was going to come to Lexington and beat us. And guess what? They whipped our ass in the second half. Each week, as a former player, each week is its own individual week. There's no, and I'll say this, and I can't speak for all my teammates, so I really can't say everybody. For every week is a different week. I've played great games. I've played not so great games. The great games didn't bleed over to not so great games, and not so great games didn't bleed over to the next week. It just doesn't. When that game ends, and I just tell you for me, my routine was when that game ended, and if I was asked to do media afterwards, once I met my parents, when I left the locker room, all that shit that happened during the game was done. That was the stopping point. I'm going to enjoy my parents for driving 12 hours to come spend time with their son, with my sister. And then that game was over. And it moved on to the next game. All this stuff that's talking about, this and that, it doesn't matter because the game is over. The most important thing that matters is the W. I would rather win ugly than lose pretty. I would rather win ugly than lose pretty. Wesley said, "Hello, this staff picked Quezada." Wesley, who else was they gonna get? We act like, and I think it's been proven through these years how much I love Kentucky. But let's be realistic. And this even goes back to if I had a son that loved playing football. And let's say LSU, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, any one of those top teams is recruiting my son. And my son he was not coming here, Wesley. Are you willing to pay him $4 million? But if my son had the chance to legitimately play and be good at one of those schools, there's no way he's coming to Kentucky. There's no way. Why? When you have better options. Like in the SEC, be honest, in a list of schools, where do you go after Kentucky? It's not many. And that's just being realistic. I know some of the oldies know. The problem is that in-state football does not produce enough talent. And being here, I know a little bit more about that Mensa situation. Mensa did not want to leave Tulane. Mensa did not want to leave Tulane. The thing with Mensa is, I think he as a player, now I'm putting this out there, but I know he didn't want to leave Tulane. But Tulane could not put up the money that other teams could that he could leave for. Mensa's thing is, I think in deep inside that he doesn't think that he can be a top flight NFL quarterback. And I commend him for that. He's more of an academic guy anyway. So he has a chance to make life-changing money while he's still a student getting his education paid for. He went to the highest bidder. Why would you go to Duke? I'm not putting the majority of my funds on a quarterback that's not an elite quarterback. We had a chance to get the can't think of his name. The quarterback that was at Duke that got pushed out by Mensa. He asked for too much money. And one thing, and now I'm trolling a little bit, but it's some truth to this. One thing that y'all don't like to do is pony up. If you want a great football team, you got to pony up. You got to pony up. Bowley is not bad. Bowley's not ready, Wesley. He's just not ready. Y'all want to make all one bad game. And it's just like Devin Leary. Just like Devin Leary. During the season, I said, Devin Leary isn't having a bad season as y'all think. Because some of y'all have, I don't know, man. I know that it's interesting for me saying that I'm finally getting old because I was always the youngest person, if not the youngest, one of the youngest people in my class, in the group of friends I had, because I had a November birthday. And back in the day, if you was born that year, you went to school that year. So I was always one of the youngest. Now I'm one of the freaking oldest. And I don't know, man. It's weird getting to this point of age because some of y'all only know 10-win seasons. Some of y'all, that was 7 years ago. So let's say you're 21. You were 14, maybe 13 when that happened. That's your formative years. So all you think is that UK is going to always be great. And progress is never linear. And if you don't understand what happened before you, you're going to be disappointed by what happens in front of you. And the truth of the matter is, if you hate them or you like them, it doesn't matter. Stoops brought something to this program, to this institution that was never even considered or thought about. Ever. He has done things in his 12 years that ain't never been done at Kentucky. And then people want to bring up, well, he was only such and such in the first 7 years. And then now last year, he's what, 18 and whatever. Like, look at the history of the program. Look at the conference we play in. At one side of the mile, people say we play in the toughest conference. Then the other side of the mile, they want us to win X amount of games. I'm gonna lay it out, and it's simple, y'all. I am an engineering major. Math is my strength. I'll say this first. AJ Nance said Malik Murphy, and he's right. And now he's at Oregon State suffering. Watched the game last night. All money ain't good money. Calzada had a bad game. There ain't no doubt about it. But let me say this. I'm gonna address your question in a minute, Wesley. I'm gonna say this. I want y'all to understand. There are 12 games. 8 of the games are in conference. 3 games you should win every year. So you should start the season off being 3-0. All right? Now the Louisville game. That's the 4th non-conference game. Let's say you win half of them. So 1 year you're going to win. Let's say this year we win. So you win 4 games. To win 8 games in this conference, you have to sweep your non-conference schedule and be 500 in conference. I want y'all to look at the history of UK and how many fucking times we have been 500 in conference. How many times we have won 4 games in the hardest conference in the country. To win 8 games, y'all, you have to go 4-4 in conference. It hasn't happened that much. Stoops has the most 500 records in conference in program history. To win 9 games, you have to sweep your non-conference and win 5 out of 8 games. That does not happen often. Stoops has the most of those. So for everyone who claiming that we should be a consistent 8 to 9 win team is blowing smoke up their ass. Unless you really feel like we are going to consistently be 500 in the toughest conference in America when we have not been there often. So realistically, 7 wins is really where we should sit at. 6 to 7 should be where we should sit at, with the occasional chances of, if everything goes right, winning 8 to 9 games, maybe 10. But the audacity to feel like we should be there all the time is preposterous. It makes no fucking sense. Now, for me, it's great for fans to feel that. For me, you should always aspire to be the greatest program you can be. But when you sit back and look at it, and in our conference and our schedule, the teams that we play, there's no bye week. When you go to these other conferences and you have the ability to play Rutgers and Maryland and Boston College and Wake Forest and Northwestern and Minnesota, like all of these teams that are in the middle, and they are mud programs. I've given an example many times. For us, for example, let's say you have a schedule and you play in these other conferences. So let's say you play, let's say the ACC, since they on my TV. Let's say you play University of Miami. Then you go play, okay, let's just say you play Miami, then you play Wake Forest. Let's say Wake Forest, your quarterback is a little banged up. You say, okay, I'm going to give the backup a chance, or the running back's banged up. I'm gonna give the running back a chance because we're better than Wake Forest. So I'm gonna give him a chance to heal during Wake Forest because you know why? Because we got a bye week the next week. So you got a bye week, then you go play Boston College. So now you got 3 weeks to heal up because you're playing teams that you are just better than. So by the 4th week, when you have to play Florida State or Miami or let's say North Carolina State, you are healthy again to some point. When you're in this conference, you don't have those weeks. We are, in the estimation of some of these teams when I play, we were that team. But every team that I play and every team, I have friends all over that played for the majority of the SEC teams. When they came out of playing us, when they finished playing us, they always said, man, y'all physical. So even though they thought it was going to be easy, this conference plays a certain way. All this shit about we should always win 8 games is crazy. We should always win 7 games is crazy. And don't let it get to 9 games. Now, when we get this 9 conference schedule, now you only play 3 games, you're guaranteed. Now, to win 8 games, you got to find a way to win 5 in the conference. We ain't look at the history. How many times we won 5 games in conference? That's the real part of it. That's the real part of it that is not talked about. To win a certain amount of games, you gotta be 500 above in this conference. And I think on average, there's only probably like 6 to 7 teams that are above 500 in this conference. And we are always consistently, we're in the bottom third of resources. We're in the bottom third of recruiting. Every fucking year. It's like clockwork. Just like y'all say, well, soup teams are undisciplined. They do the same shit every year. We're in the same fucking thing. And y'all fans think the same fucking shit every year. It's the same shit. It bothers me that we're at a point, and I understand it. I get it. But I'm going to say this. I don't think y'all fans sometimes are built for big time football. Because coaches flirt with other teams in big time programs all the fucking time. They flirt with the NFL. They flirt with other people. Johnny K, 10 wins in this conference will damn sure get you into the playoffs. You're 10-2. You're 10-2. If you're good enough to go 6-2 in conference, that means you beat 1 or 2 ranked teams. And you probably lost to the top echelon of the ranked teams. No, Douglas, I didn't say nothing about 5 wins. You ain't say, you didn't hear me. 5 wins ain't never come out of my mouth. You ain't never seen 5 wins is bullshit. 4 wins last year was bullshit. That was disappointing. But to expect 8-9 is crazy. Wesley, I'm gonna say, Wesley, I'm a lower your characters. I'm Van, not Vance. I thought you were saying something else. You, Wesley, if you're not hearing 8, I don't know who. My circle is different. And I don't think minority is a minority. I don't know who it is, but if a small group is saying it, I'm sure it's just not them. I hear it all the time. Through the years, injuries hurt our potential so much playing. So Steven said through the years, injuries have hurt our potential so much playing the monster in the SEC. Here's the thing. That's why. So here's reason why not having in-state talent hurts. In-state talent doesn't necessarily have to be your best players. In-state talent is the foundation of your program. In-state talent allows you to go through some adversity with injuries because you have good in-state talent that want to play for your institution. That's what LSU does. We don't have a lot of people in the state of of Louisiana, but we have the highest, what it be, the highest percentage of great players. So you're able to build your foundation. There are a lot of kids here that go play for someone else that only want to play for LSU in this state. They only want to play for LSU. They can go be a star at Tulane or La Tech or Louisiana, Lafayette. They could go be a star, but they only want to play for LSU. Here's the thing I forgot. Wesley said, with your Louisiana connection, I hope John brings you on staff in some capacity next year. I'm going to say this, Wesley. I appreciate that. I appreciate that sentiment. I'm not a college coach. I really want to be a coach in any capacity, but they done forced me into being a high school coach. That's the furthest I'm gonna go. Here's the thing, y'all, and I don't know if it's true because people can blow smoke up anyone's ass, right? But I do know with the high school I went to, there are some people. They're not big wigs within Tulane, but they know people who know people who know people, and they have the funds. And from what they are telling me is Tulane is not worried about Kentucky. They feel like I don't know if John told them. I don't know where they get the information from. But they feel highly comfortable saying that John wants to go somewhere where he can win a national championship, and Kentucky is not on his list. That's what the people at Tulane are saying, and they're comfortable saying it. So, damn, that's a great play. So, the truth of it, I don't know, because I hear people here saying that John said that he would come here. I don't know, but the people whom I know are saying that we are not even in consideration. No other fan base would have gotten upset with Ponyo coming. Exactly, swole guy. That's the thing. There's never a right time to ask for money. If you're a kid, there's never a right time to ask your parents for money. Never. Are there any coaches that losing Will Stoops will get them fired? How many hits does he have already? Are there any coaches? Johnny K, I don't understand your question. Are there any coaches that losing Will Stoops will get them? Oh, look, John K, y'all, it's hard to say. I don't know how to say this. I'm trying to figure out. I will start with this. John K laughed at me when I said only gonna be 10 to 15 minutes. He was right, because now what are we sitting at? We're sitting at almost 30 minutes. It is hard for me to understand the hatred for the best coaching program history. And I'm gonna start it with this. I was not a fan of the hire when it first happened. I did not like it at all. Wasn't a fan, wasn't in agreement, thought it was a bad hire. Well, I was wrong. There are things that I don't agree with how he runs the program, because I'm also an older guy. I'll be 50 in a couple months. So I come from a different era of how you run a program. But one thing that I can't say anything about is the results. Besides last year. The guy has done things here that has never been done. He raised the expectations of fans to bitch at 2 7-win seasons, which if it happened at Rich Brooks' time, people would have been elated, because all we wanted during Rich Brooks' times was 6 wins to go to a bowl game. Damn Music City or the fucking Liberty Bowl. That's all we went to. Liberty. That's all we went to, y'all. So to have a guy to bring this program to a level where we are literally pissed off at 7 wins says a lot about where we are as a program. Now, if you don't like them because of the offense, well, here's what I'm going to say. some of y'all have to take some criticism. Because here's the thing. He ain't calling the plays. He brought in 2 air raid guys. One guy, Neil Brown, I don't know if you call it local product, is from Kentucky. He's from Kentucky. He is a native. He brought in Shannon. Shannon's now the offensive coordinator at Miami. Bitch about that. Then he brings in Eddie Gran. And all Eddie Gran did was devise schemes and plays that fit the talent level of his players. Was it going to be pretty? No, because where was the fucking talent at? But then, after the COVID year, people get pissed. Oh, you need to change the offensive coordinator. Oh, we need to change the offensive coordinator. Oh, we need to change the offensive coordinator. We had a guy that the previous year at Cincinnati, if you go back in my history, there's a file, there's a video of me showing what they did at Cincinnati. Unfortunately, he could not do that here for many reasons. Because one thing happened was he lost the damn starting quarterback, Drew Barker. And he had to get to Steven Johnson, which changed the whole fucking scheme of the offense. He went from, I tell people this all the time, he went from an offense with Drew Barker, which they practice all spring and all summer and all fall camp, to a different system for Steven Johnson. Steven Johnson left, then you had to do a different system for Terry Wilson, who got hurt, had to have a different system for Sawyer Smith, who got hurt, had to have flip the script to have Lynn Bowden play the quarterback. How many systems he had? That's like 5 systems. Well, people bitch. It's not innovative. It's not scoring up. It's not doing all this shit. So then he went to the whole thing of hiring all these offensive coordinators. I know some of y'all have heard this many times. And now we are where we are. Pissed off at one game. And I'm going to say this. The game wasn't good. To me, it wasn't a bad game. As I said when I tweeted after the game, it was an uninspiring game for fans who are livid. Coach Ed, oh no, fuck, no. Are you Avontre Douglas? I don't want to butcher your name, Avontre, because I have a bad name too. Orgeron is not a fucking coach. He is a recruiter. He is a better version of Vince Morrow. He is not a fucking coach. Ed Orgeron is horrible. There's a reason why. I want you to understand. Ed Orgeron, if it wasn't for Joe Burrow, his ass would not have his appearance would not be great. John Gruden is no, man. No. They were not, y'all. You cannot. Y'all are so fucking. Avontre, I'm sorry. This is not attacking you. You just one of many. Y'all think that these coaches come in here and can fucking change everything. It ain't the coaches, Jimmy's and Joe's. Jimbo Fisher went to Texas A&M, won a national championship with Jameis Winston. What did Jimbo do at Texas A&M? Not a damn thing. Y'all act like the coach, if you change a coach, it's going to change the fucking program. Fucking, who's the guy that was at Notre Dame? Charlie Weiss. Went to Kansas. Hard to win at Kansas. Shit it down his leg because everybody thought a good coach is going to bring. It doesn't happen. Ron Zook did some. I know Ron Zook because I was at Illinois when he was coaching Illinois. Was a really good coach at Illinois. Went to Florida. Y'all looking at the wrong thing sometimes. Eddie Gran, John Slumber, unsung heroes, of course. You know, the biggest unsung hero of the Stoops era is Steven Johnson. It's simple as day. If Steven Johnson is no quarterback, Mark Stoops is not here. And we don't win 10 games. I'll never forget the call commercial did. Coach O, he's proof that just about anybody. Dude, Coach O, I'm sitting here in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I've lived here my entire life. If I wasn't in Lexington or Chicago, he's not good. Dog walk Ed on 20. Exactly, AJ. All right, y'all. Let's get into this film. This game is frustrating. I'm going to tell you where this game went to shit. This game went to shit after interception, that then went to a safety, that then went to a fumble. The rhythm of the offense went to shit after 3 consecutive drives. We had 3 or less plays. And as an offense of quarterback, I don't want to say, as an offensive coordinator and as a quarterback, you need plays to get comfortable. Because all this shit that people say about having a plan, you know what that plan does? We can have the greatest plan. What did Mike Tyson says? Everyone has a plan until you get hit in the mouth. Everybody has a plan until you fucking play on Saturdays. You have no idea what your opponent's gonna do in the first game because there's no film. Last year film means nothing because you know what teams do in the offseason? They self-scout. So all that shit they did last year is in some instances irrelevant. Also, you have new players, so therefore you might not do the same shit. You might not be able to do the same shit you did last year because you don't have the same caliber players. They might be better, they might be worse. So the first game, you can have a plan, but when you go out there and they're doing different shit, you think you can do something, and you can't. So all this plan shit goes out the door. Then when you missing 10 to 15 plays because of early turnovers, those 10 to 15 plays could have helped you figure out what they like to do on defense and allow you to figure out as a coach, what do we do well against someone in an opposite colored uniform? Because all you've been doing is practicing your defense. Those 10 to 15 to 20 plays could have helped this offense greatly. This was not a great game. This was visually not a great game. It was jerky a lot because of the fucking turnovers. You cannot have 3 turnovers. I don't know if they list the safety as a turnover, but that's a fucking turnover. Safety, interception, fumble, and 3 consecutive series. I don't know as an OC what's going to work now. Because as an OC, I want to see certain plays. Because I want to see can my team run it against someone in the opposite color uniform. So sometimes you're going to wonder why we call this play because I want to see if we can run it. Also, when you're playing the first game and you got a good SEC team coming in, you don't run all your shit. Fans don't like hearing that, but you don't run all your shit. You just don't. You try to keep some wrinkles in for the real opponent in your eyes and everybody's eyes. So you keep some things close to the vest. Now, I don't like that. When I played, I'm like, on defense, let's run the fucking coverages, coach. Let's run them all. But then, now as a coach, I get it. Have some in your back pocket. All right. Van, remind me to ask a question on Jet Sweep. Well, AJ, when the play gonna come up, it's gonna smack you right dab in the fucking face. Since he said that, this is another thing, y'all. 1993. Ooh, I'm gonna say something else, and this shit pissed me off because someone, and I didn't tweet it because I don't want to get into it back and forth. A guy tweeted about Arch Manning, the reason why he had trouble because he played 2A in Louisiana. First of all, I want people to understand 2A in Louisiana is 4A everywhere else. Because we have a B and C class that is not an A. I don't know why we do that. I don't know why we have parishes and not counties. So 2A in Louisiana is really 4A because there's 2 divisions or 2 classes that are labeled as letters and not numbers. All right, that's one thing. I want people to understand. The people who will come out of 2A, myself, that's one person. Peyton Manning came out of 2A. Eli Manning came out 2A. Derek Stingley, who's right now if he's not the highest paid corner, he came out of my fucking district in 2A. He's a rival high school in 2A. the receiver for the tight end for LSU, Trey Green, played in my damn district. We shut his ass down. 2A. So this shit that this guy's saying about 2A, I want to fucking smack him in the mouth because he finds the table of them playing a really shitty team. And I'm not sure that shitty team was a 2A team because Newman is in New Orleans and there's not too many 2A teams in the city of New Orleans or in that region. They're usually bigger teams. So I wonder what team he was showing because I've seen some tape of other people the other day where like, who the fuck are y'all playing? Pissed me off. But I digress. So AJ, that's gonna hit. Oh, what I was gonna say is that look, greatest thing happened to me in 1993 as a guy who came from 2A, who was, now that I think about it, I was probably I was one of the best players on the team in every game I played in. I can say that now because I can realistically look back and say, okay, I was one of the better players on the field every week. So I came to Kentucky. I was a quarterback that played DB, but I played quarterback my entire life. So I come to Kentucky, and I'm not arrogant, but I'm highly confident. Always been, always will be. The things that I'm not good at everything, but the things I'm good at, my confidence level is through the roof. So I come there as a 17-year-old freshman, and I had problems. I learned the scheme, but then going one-on-one with some of the 22-year-old seniors, because I wasn't afraid to step up to the plate against the better receivers. And my ass got burnt. My ass got toasted. And I got a nickname of Burnt Toast. That was my nickname my freshman year. My position coach, Rick Smith, pulled me aside and said, son, in his southern drawl, remember, those guys are on scholarship too. And it hit me that you are no longer the best player on the field anymore. Those guys are on scholarship too. The opponent are going to make great plays. I don't care what division they play in because they're on scholarship too. Their coaches are paid just as much money as the coaches as our coaches. They are paid to beat you as much as we are paid to beat them. So you are not going to win every battle. The guys on the other side of the line of scrimmage are sitting in the same position as you. They're on scholarship for a reason. So for fans, you have to understand that Kentucky ain't going to win every snap. It ain't going to look pretty all the time. Style make fights. That other coach is paid millions. That other coach is creating a roster to beat and be the best team they can possibly be. It's as simple as that. In some places, there's more talent. So they're going to probably beat you a little more. Now, can you handle that adversity and find a way to win? First play, y'all. Shit. Johnny, you got me. We 45 minutes in. We ain't watched the damn play. The old line, y'all, played well. The same way how I said last year, I don't think all of the blame should have been put on them. They weren't the reason why we lost. O-line was damn good on offense. They were probably, I would say they were the best group. We did a little pin and pull. Block down. Block down. Block down. Pull the two guys. Not bad action. This was not necessary. And it wasn't needed. He wasn't going to make the tackle. But I like the fact that we tried. That's what, if your wide receiver is not blocking, you're not going to have long runs. And Toledo's D-line was decent. Jimmy said you on a 15. Jimmy, I don't know if you started early. I said from the start, if you don't want to watch the rants, don't listen to the rants. You probably tune in later. You also got to talk to these guys who are commenting, and that's their fault. I was going to start earlier, but Wesley and them, it's their fault, Jimmy. It's not my fault. I wasn't gonna go into all that rant, but they forced me to. I had no other choice. I had to address questions. So I apologize, Jimothy. I will say this, Jimothy. Next week or tomorrow, actually, tune in about 20 minutes late because it's gonna be another rant because people are gonna ask me questions. I do this, guys, therapy for myself and to connect with you guys. So don't ever think you cannot ask any question. There's no dumb question. This the fun part about it is interacting with y'all. All this other stuff is I just try to teach in a way that everybody can understand. I'm sorry, Jimothy. I apologize. So their D line wasn't bad. All right. Here's the thing about every play in this game of football. Everybody's got to do their job on every play. And the thing about it is, if you lose a matchup, bad things gonna happen. We lost this matchup with our right tackle. Number 58 beat us on this play. If he's not there, y'all, if we get that block, look at everybody else. There's a seam here. Now it's one-on-one with this DB. And I feel good about any running back one-on-one with a DB. That's what you have to look at. Is sometimes it's just one. It's just one. We just missed that one block. And sometimes and look, I totally get it. And that's why Mark Stoops don't fucking care. He's sleeping in $9 million a year of luxury. Same way. The OC is probably sleeping in $1 million of luxury. We look at the plays called, and as a former player, I'm telling you this, it ain't the play, it's the execution 99.9999% of the time. It doesn't matter what you call. If everybody execute, you're fine. If one guy miss assignment or one guy loses a battle, plays can go to the shit. Or if one guy is just a great player and he makes a great play, your play's not going to be successful. Oh, we throw to the tight end. Oh, isn't that interesting? Huh. Now, for me, I will like Zach when that right foot hit to climb the pocket even more because there's a nice void in there. Instead of staying there, climb it another one and get it to Will Rod. All in all, damn good play. How many yards we get? 8? Not bad. Now this is by far the best throw he had all game. We in trips and we run a great concept. Now, I don't know why he didn't bang it here because that's really the guy that's the window that's created. But he went for the harder throw. Well, maybe that's why. Safety was there. He went for the hardest throw. To layer this, y'all, to layer a 20-yard linear throw, which is really probably 28 to 30 yards, because outside the numbers, when you're going to learn geometry with me from top of the numbers of sideline. Teach y'all some. It's very important. It's 9 yards. From hash to the sideline is 30 some yards, right? 53 and a third. I think it's right at 30 yards, right? So if this is 20 and this is probably like 28-ish, it's not a 20-yard throw. I think it's actually more than that, to 16. Depends on where the ball lands on the sideline. This is No, AJ, it's too late. This is an unbelievable throw, man. To throw it over this guy's head, to fit it in that window on that length of a throw, to layer it over his head, sort of on the line, but not on the line, as baseball, a towering line drive, that was an amazing throw. But that was it. That was the last throw. That was great. There is nothing wrong, y'all, with getting 4 yards a run. Here's the thing. You know why we was able to get the 79-yard run late in the game? Because of these runs in the middle. It's body blows. And for anybody to fucking say, well, if you take the 79-yard run off, we didn't get that many yards. That's bullshit. The reason why you got the 79-yard run because of the 3, the 4, the 2, the 3, the 3, the 4, the 4. It's coming up, AJ. All right. I didn't show this in the cutups because I wanted something to talk about. I want y'all to understand this. What this guy did here is unbelievable. I don't know if he's not smart enough to not do what he's supposed to do, or he's highly intelligent and was able to read something from a guy with his hands in the ground to read jet motion, then for this to happen. Here's what I'm going to tell you. As a defensive player, I'm going to go slow. As a defensive player, when these guys pull, you are supposed to squeeze. When they pull, when they go this way, this is what we call false pull. You are supposed to come up the field and squeeze. Because typically it's a block down. So you want to squeeze because this gap is vacant. So you come up, set a post, and you squeeze. So in essence, if you are a coach and you false pull and motion him in and give him a jet sweep, if this guy's supposed to squeeze, you don't block him because he should run himself out of play. So the play that this guy made is a situation of their guys beat us on a play. And that's not on the coaching. That's not on. It is no fucking way in hell these two guys leave that he should come up the field. In no pamphlet, and no coaching film, and no anything that when the guard and tackle pulls to your side that you go up the field, because you create a natural lane. Just think about it. I know it's hard to think about it. If he goes up the field, he creates a natural void here. And if everybody, let's say we run the ball there and he doesn't squeeze, a running back can cut back into that void. But for him to go up the field on this play is crazy. It shouldn't happen. He's unblocked for a reason. He makes a great play. It's just it. He makes a great play. Because, look, here's the thing. If he does what he's supposed to do, which is squeeze, and let's eliminate him, all right? Let's eliminate him. Watch what the possibility is out here. We got a hat on a hat. We got a hat. We are pushing him out. There is a void there. He just fucked it up. And that's not on the coach. That's not on the players. No one lost a battle at the line of scrimmage. He just made an unbelievable great play on a play where if you interview any coach, any D-line coach, he ain't supposed to be there. Shaka, Shaka said the exact thing. Seeing that the end didn't squeeze means that you run counter later. Run that dude to mess up again. But, but, you don't know that now. You could have easily ran quarterback. Yeah, there's so many things you can do. But I want people to understand that ain't on coaching. That ain't on the play scheme. That ain't on the play design. That motherfucker made a great play. Exactly, AJ. So, AJ, what's your question about the jet sweep? Y'all, that play, man. There's no way he's supposed to be there. There's no way. I'm just telling you right there, that motherfucker made a fantastic play. Third and 10. This is the type of play that I thought Calzada would make more of. Because, in my estimation, right, Shock, I that's why I was saying, Shock, I don't know he was not smart enough or he's too smart. I don't know, AJ. I don't know. I'm gonna say this, AJ, and I'm not a coordinator, but if I was a coordinator, I want to run things to see how you react to it. So it was 2nd and 5, right? Was it 2nd and 5? What was the down and distance? Because it turned in 30-30-10. I'm gonna think it was 2nd and 5. Yeah, 2nd and 5. So 2nd and 5, in essence, it's a free down. So in essence, those free downs in the green area, y'all, green area is 40-40. You gonna try some things because I have a free down. Maybe I'm on the headset saying, "Hey, Stoops, look, do I have 2 downs after the second down if I get no yards? Do I have 2 downs on 3rd and 5 to get 5 yards?" So I'm going to call a play. Coach Stoops, do I have, if it don't go right, we're on the 41, 42. If, well, it was greater, like 47. Do I have 2 downs to convert those 5 yards? So I'm not sure if it was a script or I want to see how this team is going to adjust to the jet sweep. There's plays I want to run. There's plays I want to run, depending on the opponent. He didn't run that many screens, tunnel screens up, bubble screens. So I don't think that was on the cards. I want some quarterback runs. I want to see if I can get to the perimeter easy. So I don't know if that was a scripted play or not. I don't have a problem with the play. People have a problem with plays when they're not successful. And as a court play call, you don't know if it's going to be successful or not. You know what play calling is? It's like gambling. You're playing the odds. I know that's how Coach Smith taught me, and that's how I took it. Every week, you get a detailed analysis of what teams do. And I'm the kind of guy who remembered 1st and 10, left hash, this formation, they like to run this. So I'm anticipating that play. Sometimes your anticipation can be wrong. But those are the things, the details are immense in college. Week 1, you probably don't have it. So I want to see what this team is going to do on a jet sweep. When do you run a jet sweep? AJ, you run on 1st and 10? Run on 3rd and 2? I don't know. Is there a best time to run a jet sweep? I would think on 2nd and 5, they're not looking for a jet sweep. They're probably looking for you to pound the ball in between the tackles because you just got 5 yards. So they're probably not looking for a outside run. I had a problem with the play call. I've seen us run for 4 twice. I like to run it down. Okay, AJ, you hate the jet sweep. That makes sense. You hate the jet sweep. I'm gonna say this. as a defensive player, it sucks. You know what plays sucks? There's two plays that suck as a defender, especially as a corner. It's jet sweep and fucking either type of bubble or tunnel screen. They fucking suck. Because if you get hat on the hat, it's ball game. Especially on jet sweep when he's running full speed. It can be a problem. It can be a problem. Because you have the person who's supposed to have contain sometimes is on the line of scrimmage. He's the defensive end. If the defensive end has contain and that guy's running full speed when he gets the ball, how the hell he's going to be able to set a post? If the DB has contain, there's a receiver right in front of him that's blocking him as this guy's running full speed. If you run a jet sweep right, it is a bitch. Now, penetration is the one thing that can hurt it. So 3rd and 10, this is a play that bothers me a little bit because that's the throw. That's the throw. I know we're going to say, oh, that was a great pass. Like it should have been a completion. His feet, it was a close. It was a great catch, great throw, all that shit. No. This right here was a throw that should have been made. That's the wide open receiver to move the chains. That's the guy that should have gotten the ball. If you get the ball here, he turns up. I think he gets the first down. And what happens after that, we get 4 more plays, as AJ says, to run through the script. To get us out of this fucking script, if we're in a script. These 4 plays are huge. These 4 plays allow the offensive coordinator to get more eyes on what the defense is doing to certain things. These 4 plays are so important. It seems like it's only 4, but those 4 can turn into 8. Right? Get first down. Those 4 can turn into 10 or 12. Like those 4 plays, these extra 4 to 10 plays can be so important for the rest of the game. Soccer option. Whew. See, I ran option my first 2 years in high school. Look. I didn't run against, man, that's crazy. Now that you say that, how many option teams did I play in high school? I don't know if I played that many option teams in high school, Shaka. That's crazy. I don't know if my memory's failing me. I know we ran it. But a lot of teams, back in the late 80s, early 90s, there was a lot of 2-back eyes. Eye strong, eye weak, split back. It's a lot of 2-back, full-back stuff. I don't know. I know there were some option teams in upper divisions. I don't remember facing too many option teams in 2A, though. And that's crazy. But we ran the hell out of it. Keeping count this year on off of home calls, I'm sorry, there was nothing obvious to overturn. Yeah, AJ, I hear you. It shouldn't have been probably overturned. You're right. It wasn't clear. But if he throws it to Caddis, we ain't talking about that. If he throws it to Caddis, and here's the problem I have, is you read man to man over here with a robber, right? He's looking. I think he's looking over there. Man to man with a robber. All right. Running back goes out. This linebacker vacates. You know there's no one else over there. You see what's going on. There's no one else over there. You know you got a crossing shallow route. That's the pass. This is the one that bothers me more than anything. Because people say the fucking shit about the fucking coaches and about the damn coordinators all the fucking time. And I can say this because I played quarterback. And I've made some dumb decisions before when there was a guy wide open. And my parents asked me, why did you throw to him? Well, why did coach call that play? Well, honestly, I missed it. I missed the right throw. So just like if you watch the series of the passing plays of last year, and I went through all the passing plays and how many fucking wide open receivers Brock missed, that ain't on fucking Bush. Damn cat is butt naked open. There's no one around him. Who is close to him? Who is even looking at him? There's no one fucking looking at him. He's butt naked open. Throw him the fucking ball. Throw him the fucking ball. This is at least an extra 10 yards. If you throw him the fucking ball. So I can say I played mid to late 90s in New York. People like, that makes sense. That makes sense. Now, Shaka, I ain't gonna lie to you. The wing tee might be the fucking worst offense to prepare for. That shit is difficult. If you can run quick trap, then run buck sweep, and then waggle, if you can add a counter to it, it's even worse. But if you can quick trap, buck sweep, and have a quarterback that's good enough to run counter, you are in trouble. And if you have good guards who can pull, you got good athletic guards, you're in trouble. Because waggle is a bitch. Dagger Tyler, people always got shit to say about the play that's called. It ain't the fucking play that's called. How did he miss him? How did he miss him? He's right fucking there. Why throw the toughest throw? Yeah, every T ain't look. Here's the great thing. I'm gonna tell you this. I have a linebacker at Morehead State, Chase Cresson. I want y'all to take care of my boy. I think as a linebacker, Shaka, practicing against wing T cleans your eyes up so much. I think every linebacker should have to practice against a wing T. I think if you practice against a wing T, you become a better linebacker. In my estimation, I think that is the toughest scheme to play against. And people don't understand this, Shaka, is that wing T is still seen in today's game. It's a variation of it. It's an adaptation to it. But buck sweep is still ran today. It's not toss. Buck sweep is still ran today. Counter still ran today. Like, it's interesting that teams don't want to run the wing T. I don't know why. I'll say this. If I don't have great athletes at my school, I'm running wing T. I'm running wing T or option. Because it's assignment football, and most teams can't play assignment football. So this to me is I understand the great throw, great catch, and all that stuff, but he missed the easy throw. I want to make sure I get the right guys. These motherfuckers right here, they balled out. The only reason they don't get an A+ is because these linebackers didn't play well in pass coverage. But these fuckers here, bruh, they played their ass off. They saved these guys multiple times. Because these fuckers, and they are my guys because I played the position, still ain't playing consistently with good eyes. It is bothering me. Good eyes and good technique. To play back here, you have to play with good eyes and good technique. These guys can play with quickness and aggressiveness and twitch and meanness. These guys in the back gotta play with good fucking technique and good eyes. If you don't, it's gonna get you fucking beat. Unless these guys are monsters. That's the only way. And these guys played their ass off. Kudos to defensive linemen. All right. I want y'all to pay attention to all the defensive plays. The goal is there's a line of scrimmage there, right? There's a line of scrimmage. Line of scrimmage. The goal on defense is to move that line of scrimmage to the other side. Oop, let's keep it there. The goal is to make the line of scrimmage get to there. You want to create a new line of scrimmage. You want to move it back. If these guys in the front consistently do that, we're going to shut offenses down. Watch the get off. Boom. Watch the penetration. Where's the line of scrimmage now? These guys are almost 2 yards on the other side line of scrimmage. This is the worst, and he's probably getting double teamed. Look at the Florida linebackers downhill. This is unbelievable. Again, remember when those guys pulled and how that guy on that jet suit was supposed to do? When offensive lineman blocked down, backside defensive end is supposed to squeeze with shoulder square to the line of scrimmage because he has cutback. Everybody else take care of their gap. You don't go here running this way to try to beat them off, cut them off at the pass. No, you do your job because you have teammates over here that are responsible for this side of the field. You're not going to get over there. So what you're supposed to do is just what we do here. Watch. Shoulder stay parallel to the line of scrimmage. Squeeze because I got quarterback. If he pulls it, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And since everybody over here did their job, he fell right into your lap. That's dude. You can't coach it up better. You cannot coach it up better. Y'all, look, this is what Shaka and AJ are talking about Afari and how he's been on the field. And Shaka ends it with, it's hard to believe that Afari was thought to be maybe a DB. I don't think, honestly, Shaka, that the coaches ever saw him as a DB. Crazy thing, man. So when you're a DB in high school, you can get away with certain kind of things. You don't have to have great hips. You don't have to be able to play out in space great. You don't have to have great drops because you're just a better athlete. When you get into college and you have to play corner and you don't have the hips, you're in trouble. So then what they do, they move you to strong safety. Same thing happens. If you can't operate in space, they're going to keep moving you in. I think he found his spot. There have been many guys whom I've known who have been safeties in high school that turned to be great middle linebackers. The only thing about transitioning to linebacker is shit happens quick. It doesn't happen as quick when you're a safety or a corner. But when you get in that inside, shit happens quickly, and the fat boys get up on you quickly. And you got to be able to read and trust your instincts. And what I like about Afari, I don't know the backstory. I don't know what really happens. But what I like about him is the fucker has never complained. When they kept moving him, I've never heard him complaining. He's never gone on Twitter, on social media, in the media, and say, I don't understand why they moving me. John, he started off as a nickel. He has never complained. He put his head down and kept grinding. I really wish he becomes a Jamin Davis, have one good year at linebacker and gets drafted because he has earned it, not by his play, but by his will to continue to learn new positions because he has played many positions. And for him to not complain and to keep grinding, kudos to the young man. He is probably now, DeAndre Square is my favorite player in the Stoops era. He's probably now my second. And he's inching up on Square to replace him just because of what I just said. It's to, you think linebacker to linebacker shouldn't be that hard, but going from outside to inside is two different animals. Two totally different animals. There are outside guys that can't play inside. There's inside guys that can't play outside. It's two totally different animals. And for him to do all of it, go from nickel to, I don't know if he was weak side, outside linebacker, to be a Will and a Mike is incredible. And the way he's playing, he's put on enough weight. He is going to be a problem. Great fucking play defensively, man. Even in the fourth quarter, it still wasn't bad. But this is what I said this, y'all. This is what I wanted to see what we were gonna do. So I want y'all to understand. I don't want to go whiteboard. I want y'all to understand this. Is if that's the ball, I know those are horrible. I might have it. Let's go circles. If the box is the ball, we're gonna learn. We're gonna learn, y'all. Yeah. Maybe I can just paste. All right. Want y'all understand? If there is do we have triangles here? I don't have triangles. This got squares. All right. So this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. That's 4. That's 5. Those are the gaps. So in a typical 3-4, you have a 0, which is over, and you have 2 4-eyes. Oops. Which is actually a little inside, but I'm gonna just line them there a little bit inside. All right. So that's typical. That's what we call an odd man front. And you have linebackers outside. I was interested to hear that I heard there's gonna be some twitchy players. We might have to do some different stuff up front. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, what can they do different? It's like, what if they go even man front? So what happens, you go 1 and you go 5. You go 3. Then you just massively put another person here. All right? So now you have 4 down linemen. What happens is, for me, I've said this many times, these 2 guys can't get up to your linebackers because they're covered. In the 3-4, those guards are uncovered and they can sometimes get to the linebacker. Lo and behold, that looks like a 1. That looks like a 3. That looks like 4-ish, 5-ish maybe. And we got another guy on line of scrimmage. So we've gone to kind of an old school, like a jack, but we went even man front. I think some people call it over, whatever. But then we slanted. I'm in agreement. This kind of stuff, this is why linebackers didn't get great grade. You should never have coverage distribution where 2 guys are fucking able to clap hands. That is no way. This is not Rayner's fault. He should be here. Right? We have 4 guys underneath coverage. We got to curl the flat. We got to curl the flat. We should have a hook. We should have a hook. We should not be in a fucking curl the flat. So what happens is this window is created that should not be there. I am, as a former DB, I hate that shit because this quarterback missed the wide open receiver. It's an over front, John K. It's it's 3-4 personnel and it's over. So it looks like a 4. Look, so for all the people that said that the quarterback threw into the middle of the chest of JQ, because he ran the fucking route. He's in perfect shape. He's playing soft as hell, as a lot of y'all say. That's not the word I use. I think this is smart. I played at 9. The great thing about what they're doing this year is they're not bailing out on the back pedal. He has a control pedal, letting them come up closer to him, closing the cushion. He is in, if he doesn't slip, this is at least a PBU. But at the distance that he's in, he still probably picks it because he runs in front of him. I don't give a damn what anybody, this is chef kiss of coverage. He's in perfect position. Now, for me, I would like for him to stay up and fucking get some yards on the return. Like I said, all defense. They're not creating a line of scrimmage on our side of the ball. We're creating a line of scrimmage on their side of the ball. So that means we're dominating the line of scrimmage. That's a great run, y'all. Look, anything over 3 yards on first down is amazing. And we got 5. When you're able to play 11 versus 11, it makes it a problem for these guys. So, last play. If that guy goes up the field, he will give it. If he crashes the party, he pulls it. The great thing about it now is the defense is never right. Hey, just look at 5 more years. The defense is never right because you're reading the unblocked guy. That's a great pull. Now, if we can keep on that block, we get even more yards. But it doesn't mean it keeps the defense honest. Now that defensive end has to make a decision. Am I going to continue to crash or not? He pulls it again. They do a good job of closing, but I will say this. If he is a better athlete, he starts to go this way. Now, I don't like the pass, but I want people to understand. There's nobody open down at the bottom, though. Who's open? He's not open. He's not open. He's not open. It wasn't like he had another option. We got to do a better job and man to man, because here's what I'm going to tell you. I don't like to look too far ahead. But I'm going to tell you something. Same thing happened the last few years when we play Auburn. Know who plays aggressive press man is Auburn University. And if the refs allow them to be physical, it's going to be a problem. That Auburn game is going to be a problem if we can't beat press man, y'all. It's going to be a problem. Because them motherfuckers, whoever their DB coach, them some motherfuckers. So now we get in 3rd and 9. Honestly, that is panic. Because he's in good shape. And we still don't have anybody open. That DB really, and all exclamation, he panicked. He did not have to do that. He's in good shape. He panicked. Receiver's not open. I want y'all to see this again. Look, there is one guy that's on outside line of scrimmage. Look at everybody else. Look at all the rest of the guys. No one is creating penetration. That is great O-line work. if you can keep a hat on hat, I, there is nothing else you can do. That safety is unblocked. He's gonna make that tackle, and that's a good fuck, y'all. That you can't. That's great football. Auburn is Ripatino on football. Fall and make them exactly. That's exact. You are going to have to force the officials to make calls because if not, they are going to be all in your grill. So we eventually score. This is good shit. Now, I don't know what Stoops was fussing about. I actually like that. You hold them in. Let me go back to the first. As a quarterback, I was cognizant of my O line, and I went on. I never went on one all the time. Right here, I think he held his O line too long. Well, what are we doing? See, that's too long. We're in a situation where we want to go forward. That's too long. In contrast to this other one, when they stay in the huddle, they ran to the line of scrimmage. Hut, let's go. So for me, I don't know what he was yelling at about. I don't know if he was yelling at about that play or previous play. I don't know. Y'all, won't y'all? This is such pretty football. We like all the way to this point. That's true too, Shaka. I don't know why he left. I don't know why he jumped. We create another line of scrimmage on their side of the ball. And now it's hard for the running back. There's no angles. That is great. Dude, that is so pretty. That is so pretty. Now they only got 1 yard. AJ is puffing his chest out about 5. When you 2nd and 9, that's not winning football. Bruh, this is so good. And I'm gonna tell you what's else so good about this is he didn't make this play last year. When we slant, you lose these play side gaps, right? We got to come this way because the gaps on this side are vacant. And he will sometimes not get played through his gap to the ball. He would get lost in the shuffle. But not today. He went straight to his fucking gap. Damn, that is amazing. That is look, you can see it here. You can see the defensive lineman flow this way, and it's kind of good because they tried to pin and pull, and we actually called the perfect play for it. But look how far he has good eyes and flows to the God, that's good shit. That is amazing. Now, I honestly would rather Rayner because in this situation, you play through your gap to the ball. I don't know if his gap is that gap. His gap is probably on this side of him. But play through your gap to the ball and not try to go lateral so much because that's good shit, man. That's good technique by that D lineman. He's gonna have his outside or his inside on free, or I'll be outside probably for that. Chaka, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you what happened in the fourth quarter. We started playing some people who shouldn't have been playing. I'm gonna tell you what happened. There was just a couple plays that we gave up, and they were subs. I'm just being honest. This guy's gonna be a beast. That guy's gonna be a beast. I just like his tenacity, and I don't think he's that big, but that's a big ass left tackle, and that's not just bending around the corner. He is trying. Oh, that's good shit, man. Now, our defensive linemen's got us. Look, this you gotta stay where you need to stay. Can't let the quarterback get outside containment. That's a good job. Now, thing that bothered me so much is you cannot be a magnet. This is when IQ matters, y'all. And the shit bothers me. I know when I play. Is he not wearing Boogie's number? AJ, I think he's better than Boogie. But when I play, it was required of us to call out down and distance. Whoever was close to the stick had to call out down and distance, and we had to relay it. Now, did we do it all the time? No. But what it made me do is look at the sticks. It is 3rd and 11. We should be at the sticks. We should not be mugging a flat route. Because what's going to happen, y'all, any young people that's going to watch this now, watch this later. If there's somebody in front of you, there's probably somebody behind you. Every passing play has levels. There's going to be a short, there's going to be an intermediate, there's going to be a deep. In every passing concept, there are levels. Are you worried about how the defense looked when Toledo went in tempo? The only 2 times they scored? No. Big Blue Rando. We played I don't know. I had to look at the snaps. We replaced some players. And sometimes they didn't play well. Ole Miss going to play high tempo. I have no problem, Blue Rando, because Ole Miss is not Tennessee. Ole Miss plays in tempo when they have big plays, they get a first down. They not all the time tempo. Tennessee is 100% tempo, a 95% tempo. No, I'm not worried about it. I don't like defenders mugging flats. He should be here. His other teammates are there. So why is he not there? See, this is another thing as fans that you should watch out for when you talk about coaching is this. I appreciate you watching, Big Blue. Rando, look, if the majority of the players are doing it and one guy's not doing it, that means someone's being coached to do it the right way. Somebody else is just doing his own thing. And I'm not sure if he understands from a standpoint of someone who watches football, I'm going to say he's not doing what the coach is coaching him to do. It's 3rd and 11, man. Know the fucking down and distance. Make them throw the ball here. Be here to protect the first down balls. If they throw it there, everybody rallies and make the fucking tackle. I hate when, I don't even know that's line. That might be a DB. Like that. Don't even mug this. If you were here, just imagine, and he turned it up, you'll be there anyway. But you also be able to protect this. I hate it when people become flat magnets. Now we were lucky that Souls put pressure on the left tackle, on right tackle, and got him to pull his helmet off. Souls is at 6'2", 235, Brad White compared. Dude, he is a problem. He is a problem. So we got fortunate. So now on this. Same thing. I hate guys who stop. It's 3rd and 23. Keep getting depth. See, guys who don't get depth make me believe they are scared to tackle in space. All right, y'all. Let me show you something here. This is another thing. Running backs have to be patient. Eddie Gran is probably one of the best running back coaches in the country. You go slow to the hole, fast out of the hole. If McGowan is slow and patient to the hole, he might score on this. I'm going to show you where the hole is. He's got a tight end that's coming in front of him. All right, I'm going to go slow. It's a pin and pull action. Good blocks. We got this seal, right? So he should be patient with the tight end. If he cuts up the field right there, he's got one guy. You cut up the field, boom, give him a stick, and you go that way. he might be in the end zone. But since he attacked the line of scrimmage so fast, he's running full speed with the ball in the wrong arm. He's unable to be patient enough and cut up the field. If he cuts up the field, he gets a first down. And you know what's crazy about this? It's always the play before the play. Watch what happened on this drive that shouldn't have happened if he is patient and goes up the field. If he's patient and goes up the field, we get a first down. All right? But because he's not, we don't get a first down. So now we're in second and like 4, 5. They make a great play. They get penetration for once on our side of the ball. He has to cut because if he doesn't have to cut because of that that lineman beating our guard and he's able to get up, he might get a first down there. So that's the play before the play before the play. All right, so we get nothing out of this. So now it's 3rd and 3. Now we all know what happens. I wish Jorge or Coach Chandler was here to help me understand why. I get it to a standpoint. Because you have a standing linebacker. I don't know if that's 1, 2, 3. I don't know who's the mic. I don't know if they clamor this as that's 1, 2, 3. If so, then that's 1, 2, or that's 1, 2, and this guy is on him, which that's what it seemed like they did here. I'm not sure, but I don't know why the right tackle blocked that. All right. So that's one problem. The next problem is this, and it pisses me off as a former quarterback. Because as a former quarterback, right, as a receiver, we are supposed to help each other out. When you're going across the middle, do you want me to keep you high or throw you down so the damn strong safety or free safety won't take your head off? If I'm throwing you down, that's me helping you out, right? Because if not, I can just get your ass killed on inside routes. All right. If you don't fight for this catch, I'm not throwing the ball to you again because I can't trust you. In high school, you could run a slant at 45 degrees. In college, you can't. You gotta flatten that. You gotta flatten that out. You have to flatten that out. When you see that corner or that DB or that nickel sitting, you cannot go over the top of him. You gotta fight like the Dickens to cross his face. You got to. If not, your ass cannot play for me. This is a lazy ass route that ended up in an interception, which now put us in a bad situation because you know what happens? Is now they win the field position battle. You know what happens when we win the field position battle? I'll show you later. You cannot give up on that route. That is, you getting the fucking ball. You come on that route, you need to fight. I'm going to stop because it's game 1 and I don't want to get too excited. But that's bullshit. It's a bullshit ass route. That doesn't mean that you can't be a good receiver and run a bullshit ass route. But when you run a bullshit ass route, it needs to be recognized. That's a bullshit ass route that led to an interception that changed the game. Do your job, get to your spot. That's okay. They just got us on this one. That's not bad. Still only a 2-yard gain. And we could have done a little better in certain areas just then. So we slanted. Now, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a screen, but whatever happened, this is good pressure. Man, that defense, y'all, there ain't nothing better than for a coach to, when the ball hits the ground, to have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Guys are sprinting to the ball. Look at the guy sprinting to the ball. He's not sprinting, but everybody else is sprinting to the ball. That touches my soul right there. That's good defense. Everybody's around the ball. 3rd and 8. We got to find a way to get off the field, y'all. And this, to me, is a coaching point that I don't like as a coach. I don't like for me to require my guys to have to jam a guy and force him somewhere where he's already going. Because this is what happens. When Dunn tries to force him in, he loses leverage. When that guy's already going inside to the safety, there's no need for you to put hands on someone that's already progressing to the guy that you want to progress to. Now, if he was going outside and you wanted to stop him from outside so you can push him to your safety, I have no problem with that, with you trying to jam, shuffle your feet, jam to force him inside. But even a jam is going to stop him from elevating quickly on your safety. But when you go from on the hash to inside the hash to try to force that guy to already go where he wants to go, now you get out leveraged when he should have been right here anyway. Fuck the jam, and that's not on him. There are a lot of coaches who coach that way. I know a lot of coaches I respect who force this guy to get a jam. I think it's not necessary because that jam lost us this route. It's that close. That little thing forced. And what's going to happen is now they get a set of new downs. This blitz saved us. It's the same thing, y'all. Linebackers not getting depth. Because if we got a safety playing corner, this pass is there. If he doesn't get pressure and he's able to step into this throw, this is a touchdown. Because he's going to catch it right there and he's going to split the two fucking safeties. That's not good technique by any of those guys. Why are we, I know he's a safety playing corner. Why are we so wide? Why are we at the bottom of the numbers or in the numbers? That's not necessary. They had us. But because of the pressure, it hit it. I don't know if we missed a line. This bothers me right now. I can't tell if he's shaded as a 1, then as a 3. We have no one here. I don't know if we're trying to disguise something. Maybe he should split the difference between these two because we have a safety over the top. There's no reason for him to be so close. I would like for him to split the difference, have the safety over the top. So then we have contain. If he tries to block us, that's a block in the back. Yeah, Shaka Terry played a pretty good game too. See, that to me is misalignment. And you have no post. When I say post, you have no fence setter. You have no contain. You have no, I call it a post with a fence. We don't want to get outside this fence. And we have no post here because he's inside. He's beat by a lineman if he has contained, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't. So where's our post setter? He's all the way out here. If he was here, I would feel better. But he's too displaced And now he's going to get blocked. And now we have no post setter. Although he does a pretty good job. So if he's there, where's the linebacker? So here's, all right, y'all. Here's, now we're just going to talk about stuff. So if he has B gap, does he have A gap? And he has contain? Or does he have C gap? Some seems weird here, and so he has A gap because he's playing through his gap. And that 3-tech has B gap, and contain has to come, and our safety is too slow in reacting. See, look, it's the little stuff. Watch this hesitation step at the top. That right there, he could have been 1.5 yards, 2 yards closer, so he can make that. That's what I'm saying, Shaka. Something ain't right about that alignment. But then, then, where's the problem? Are we playing with 11? 4, 7. No, that's 11. I just think he needs to be here. Safety's over the top. So it's not if you are splitting the difference, they can't throw a pop pass through your body with a safety over the top. So I think this guy's misaligned. Shaka. I don't know if you agree, but I think this is the misalignment. And that probably is a nickel, and he's probably just made a mistake. Because he's too small. But he does do a good job of turning back in, though. So shit. See, that's hard then. But if he was here, he would have. Yeah, I don't know. Huh. So I think Shaka thinks he should have lined up in a 5. So he's right now in a 3. He's splitting the guard and a tackle. Shaka, I think, is telling me he should be a 5. But then Shaka, if you do that, who has B gap or A gap? But if he goes outside, unless you put him in a 4I, then he could have B gap and he can have A. It still wouldn't matter, Shaka, I don't think. The way the linebacker runs into the 3-tech seems like he shouldn't have hit A gap. Let's see. See, Big Blue, I think the 3-tech got double team. I don't think the 3-tech has A gap. I think he does have B. I will say this. I'm gonna say this too. No, that's not true either. Shit, I don't know, man. Hey, they got us. Whatever happens, shit happens. You ain't gonna stop them the whole game. That's pretty damn good. Good pursuit too. What happened here? See, this is the part that I'm scared of. Is when the guard is able to get into the lap of the linebacker. That's Shaka. That might be it more than anything else. Everybody's off by half a gap. Um, when this is, I wish I could show this to my guys. When here's the thing, I think there's more wrong to it. When you get too far up the field, you create a natural gap. See how he created this natural gap because he's so far up the field? If he doesn't get so far up the field and he's like right here, what's that, 1 yard on the other side line of scrimmage, then he could fold back and make that tackle because they got us. They got us in this one. Pretty good though for a situation where we just got too far up the field. Ooh. Linebacker didn't scrape. Linebacker is looking too much into the backfield and not reading his keys. I guarantee you that's his. Ugh. We got lucky on this. We got very fortunate on this that he slipped. Because they got us. They got hooked. They got everything sealed. And we got a one-on-one with a safety. And I don't care how good a safety you are, a one-on-one tackle with a running back in space with that much room. I wouldn't want my worst enemy to be in that situation. So, remember all those plays that happened earlier? Oh, don't tell me I'm about to get crapped out. Let's see, y'all. I got my program is about to bail out on me. Let's see. Gonna have to end it. So, all those plays that happened before, see how it's so important when you can get extra plays? They got extra plays and they found a rhythm in that drive. They found a rhythm. Why is the field so slippery? Was the field slippery? I don't think that was a case of the field being slippery, Johnny. I'm gonna show you what happens. That wasn't this still? Oh, this is not the right video. That wasn't the field being slippery, Johnny. I'm trying to get us there, y'all. That was an instance of him trying to cut on his inside foot. You cannot cut with your left foot. You got to cut with your right. And when you try to cut with your left, strides are too long, that's why you're going to slip. He didn't slip because of wetness. This is a play that scared me. Yeah, third down. This play scares me because if Josiah stays in his gap, this play is stopped here and they have to kick a field goal. Now, it happened to work in our advantage because they went for it on fourth down. But when Josiah stuck his head inside, it created a natural void. And he got more yards than what he should have because where we need to be. And Josiah got back in the gap. See how 97 gets to the A gap? If he stays where he ends up coming right there, if he's already there, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. That's a no gain tackle, maybe a loss of one. We were fortunate. We were fortunate. And they go for it on fourth. And this is great scrape by number 3. Because if it was a quarterback in JQ, I think he makes it. Just being honest. That is great work getting by that tight end. It's his great job of trying to put a post here and not here. Because if he set the post there, that quarterback is going to run away from Afari more. Great job. That's good fucking defense. Unfortunately, they got the ball on the 2. And this right here makes no fucking sense. And I understand you can see number 20 kind of give him a little deke inside a little bit there. But in this situation, y'all, it's 100% give. Even if he's going, the momentum of the running back going there, he's going to fall on the 1 yard line. You do not pull this. You do not. Here's the fucking bad part about it is they blitz a linebacker in the A gap too. And we got all these fuckers locked in. If he gives it to Toledo, and now don't count this because he doesn't have the ball, he's just running. If he has the ball, I 100% feel and know that he bounces it. And I'm not sure how many yards he gets, but it's definitely at least 5. AJ said you don't give a quarterback a chance. See, AJ, as a former quarterback, I say fuck you. Because I want to be able to read it. If I fuck up, I fuck up. He fucked up. But as a quarterback, if we run a zone read, don't run zone read then. If you have the action of zone read, for me, I've been saying this for forever. You gotta run it the right way. You can't make me just hand it off. If that's the case, let's just line up on the center. Dowdell said the truly equal, and PT Seth said if one starts this week, the other guy starts the next day. Also alternate every 3 plays. I don't care. Is there any chance this wasn't a read and Calzada was afraid of dropping the handoff? If that's the case, that's still on Calzada because you shouldn't fucking drop the handoff. This should be as a quarterback. This should be as a quarterback, 100% give unless he is crashing that way. This guy's coming up the field. He's not crashing. That's 100% give. But the bad part about this is now they get the ball right back and they have 2 points. We just lost plays that we could have learned something from. All right. As I said, y'all, this bothers me. It's the little game. Passing game is the thing I love. All right. I don't know the coverage. You should not have 2 guys in the same zone. They're stacked on top of each other. That should never happen. Should never happen. I don't know whose fault it is. This is not my scheme. I'm not in the film room. I don't know who's at fault, but someone's at fault. We should not have 2 guys stacked on the hash. Should never happen. That's 3 guys in one area that's not good zone distribution. That's horrible. Like even here, we got 2 guys too close to each other. Why? I need to know the why. That makes no sense. Makes no sense. So with this guy turn his head, he needs to be at least in a curl. That makes no sense. That is a disaster waiting to happen. Good job on the wheel route. Here's a little secret, y'all. Guys who are playing high school football, when this receiver starts to leak up and he goes sideways, there's a high chance he's going to run a rail. Because he's screaming right now. He gave it away too soon. Good coverage. Third and 8. I'm looking at something else, y'all. Are we in man? We man free, single high man free? I think we're in single high man free. And we get picked right here. That's scary. Good job by Tasmanian Devil Souls. Dude, that guy played a hell of a game. He played a hell of a game. No one open, y'all. Although he should have banged the tight end right now, but there's no one open. No one open. Not good. So we went interception. We went safety. And this is a great timing of a play call. They go with linebacker blitz. You replace the blitzing linebacker with the football. That's what we do. It is a great ball. It's on time. And this is a chance, opportunity where their player has made a great ass play. That's a Peanut Tillman punch out. That's a great play. So yeah, so think about it. So now the safety was one play and out. This is two plays and out. We lost at least 6 plays. At least 6 plays. Not good. Not good at creating a rhythm. When you're playing zone, you gotta do a better job with your eyes on quarterback. Is number 2 Green? I love the way how Green attacked that. But he has to understand there's no one else. I think we're in cover 2. All right, Big Blue Randall, I appreciate that, man. He should have his outside hand free. So he can at least allow this guy to bounce. Even though he attacked that pulling guard, the running back still allowed to go a little downhill. Good job defensively, though, dude. These guys played their ass off. Motion, so now they know when man, because Nichols traveled with him, and they ran a screenplay. And this is so close. Afari has the running back, and he is that close to getting there. That's a good job by that old lineman. Just getting enough of them. That's a damn good play. That's why screens are very good against man. We blitz. Got to come up, set the post. Good job, Ty Bryant. That's the way to fill the alley. The defense right there. Now we didn't do a good job of setting line of scrimmage over here. So there's a little void there. So they get to 4th and 1. I don't care what y'all say. I looked at all kinds of angles. There's nobody outsides. There's not more than 11 people on the field. For some reason, we call a timeout. The best timeout in the history of timeouts. Because they tried to quick snap us. We was able to regroup. We was able to gain our composure. We was able to catch a breather. And look at the difference. Look, y'all. Look at the difference between this play and that play. All right, watch. There's no real set of a new line of scrimmage. It's pretty much stalemate, right? Watch what happens on this one. Watch the level of intensity. Dude, we are 2 yards in the backfield. We are 2 yards in the backfield. He's 3 yards in the backfield. This play is dead before it's even handed off. That's fucking outstanding. That's outstanding. Now, here's the problem that I don't like. We giving this offense so many extra possessions, and we ain't do shit with it. And it's little stuff. Good running. Good hard running. I'll say this: Toledo defense is better than what I gave it credit for. They play good technique. They play their responsibility. You don't find too many guys out of place. Their DBs are solid. Like right here, I highlight this. Like there's no one open, y'all. And I'm gonna say as a quarterback, he didn't want to throw the slot fade. He looked down here. He looked down the bottom. Right there. He's like not open. He looked. See that look? You can see the look because then he turns his head. He turns his head. He's looking at the outside receiver. He's not open. He's like, well, I got time. No one in my lap. He's even with the DB. Let's put it up because there's nowhere else to fucking throw it. As AJ said, that's 4 yards again. First down. See now, I would have liked in this situation. I know we didn't, and I know it's called differently. This would have been the screen. We got hat on a hat. We got hat on a hat. They got 3-on-3. It's not 4-on-3, 3-on-3. This is the perfect situation to run bubble screen. If he gets a good block and he gets a block, this thing is out the gate because this guy is so far away. I would love to see a bubble screen there. But as AJ said, when you get 6-7 yards, why throw the bubble screen? Look at that hole. See, this is my problem with hard-nosed running backs. And to me right now, Seth is showing he's a little out of control. A good running back right here. This is blocked too well. You got one guy here. A good running back would have hit the and went that way. I'm just saying. If y'all want to, I'm going to bring this up to Anthony on Wednesday, the locker, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to show this play to Anthony and see what he said. Because right there, you got angle to hit that. I know the shortest distance is straight, but with the way they blocked it, if he hit the little hezzy and goes outside, he might still be running. I like the hard nose aspect of it, but man, sometimes I'm just saying, I like big plays. And when we don't get 7, is this the series where Pete had a couple bad plays? Yeah. He got the spin move, got the spin cycle hit on him. We're almost done, y'all. Pete got beat again. Like this wasn't his best series. He got exposed a little bit, got a little bit out in front of his skis. And lo and behold, y'all, I want y'all to understand. There was a play today. I can't remember who it was. Was it Miami? Or was it Notre Dame? One of them had a 3rd and 7 situation, and they ran a screen pass and got the first down. It's not the play call, y'all. It's the execution. This play is really made by this guy. He's a great read. I will wholeheartedly, 100%, feel like if Harley Gilmore attacked up the field a little bit more before he retreated back for the screen, it puts this guy in a bind. Because he's looking at Gilmore. Watch. He's looking at Gilmore. So when Gilmore stops, tell my DBs this all the time, if number 1 stops and goes back, he can go aggressively because there's only one more wide receiver out. and a corner can handle him on a passing route if they don't throw the screen. So in this situation, when a strong safety, nickel, whomever he is, sees number one comes forward and then go back, he follows. Okay? The problem for me is the timing between these two are bad. If he goes a little bit longer, this guy doesn't come forward so quickly. And if he doesn't come forward so quickly, that gives Pete a little better angle to make that block. All he needed to do was one more beat. He went 1, 2. If he went 1, 2, 3, and then came back, this guy waits another step and another step. He is right there when Pete's there. He's probably here, and we make that block. It's just that close. People say, oh, why call screen? If you look at it from the other side, the way Kendrick Law is hemming up that corner, if he gets that block, and pushes him that way, this is the only guy that can tackle. So for all this shit about that's a bad call, that's bullshit. That guy did a great job of dissecting, and he didn't do a good job of attacking across the line of scrimmage a little bit more, and that made his job a little bit harder. But bruh, the way he blocked that guy, he can push him across. That's touchdown. So for everybody there, the play call is shitty. The play call wasn't shitty. I understand. I don't have a problem with the play call. This is a great job there by that nickelback. That's a great job. If he's going to go outside, you better push him to the sideline. See, this is still. We're at the line of scrimmages there. Get your ass deep. I hate underneath coverage that becomes magnets. Like they had us, y'all. That part is what's concerning against next week, is that our drops are horrible. Now the only good thing about it is that it's on film. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I understand you want to have your corners impressed. I understand it. But when they invert it and the slot receiver is on the line of scrimmage, you have to bring him here. Because when you have two guys in off coverage right next to each other, without a gap in between, he's gonna get rubbed. If this guy's here and they run this route, he has a better chance of avoiding him than he has of avoiding him. And we just ran into each other. I highly despise this. See how he has to run around them because they so close? Just imagine if he was jamming them at the line of scrimmage. And now you were off, and now you can go under because there's space. I don't like this alignment to this. I don't. That's a natural rub, and they got a first down on 3rd and 6. We run a little stunt. No one's open. Good shit. Now we got to make that tackle. Good. That's pretty good. Not bad depth on your drop either. Another sack by Souls. Now, offense. We got to do something. Now, this one is a clusterfuck. Someone made a mistake. Because why did this DB jam you that well? Or it's supposed to be a screen or something? Because that just threw everything off. Sometimes, y'all, this is not a throw to anybody. And he didn't have to throw it because Pete ran him around the horn. All he had to do is step up in the pocket and be patient. I don't know if it was a wheel route. Oh, Jeff, we almost done, brother. Thanks for joining, though, Jeff. Even if you're going to be Jeff thought I was gonna have a 2 hour monologue, not just a 45 minute. Jeff, I had a 45 minute monologue. I didn't go that far over. So you are really tardy. All right, here. 34. That's your throw. I don't know what happened to his internal clock, but he got off of it way too quickly. That was your throw to Kendrick Law right there. He's looking that way. He's looking that way. He should have been patient and he should have banged that, and we should have had at least a chance to go for some more downs. And then I think this is McGowan. He does a great job of bouncing. Now, why didn't we throw it here now? Why did we wait? We got to get a first down. This is the situational thing. Give him the ball now. Fuck going down the field here. Jeff, I almost was. We were teetering on an hour and a half. So you're not too far off. We just didn't get enough plays. And with I'm telling you, this game hinges on interception, safety, fumble. Those back to back to back possessions prevented us from creating a rhythm. It's as simple as that. Those 3 series gave no rhythm. And now, instead of calling plays on those 3 series, now you push those plays forward. And we still don't know what plays and what motions, what shifts gives Toledo problems. So we still trying to figure it out as we go into the second half. As a play caller, you need opportunities to address and to see how teams counter certain formations, certain motions, certain shifts, certain false pulls. Like when we showed you the false pull on the jet sweep, how Shaka and AJ and myself was talking about, you could have ran different things off of that. You could have ran a counter. We didn't have enough plays to run it again. We want to see how teams are going to adjust. The other thing you want to do, you want to put stuff on film to make teams have to game plan against. So in the grand scheme of things, when you look at this game, not being pissed off, and I'm still not happy with the offense. I don't know how to say it, but it wasn't bad. Jeff, somebody said something bad about the Shaka, you're right. That fucker, man, dude. I'm like, Shaka. See now you just got me back on it. All right, I'm not gonna go there anymore. Um, you guys will understand that next week is the week. Coming off the 4-8 season, it was an uninspiring exhibition of offense. But then when you start digging deeper into it, there were things that affected a game plan. Like I said earlier, you have a plan. You have ways you think you are going to attack. But when you have things that happen during the game, that plan is null and void. And there were some things that happened. If you watch the first 2 series, we were churning. We had things going. But then after we had some adversity. We didn't respond to adversity well. So in the second half, we did score 14 points. And the defense did some things that I didn't like because I am not, and I totally get it that you want to get guys experience. I'm a guy who says, fuck that. Let me get my starters as much run as possible. And I saw some plays where we had guys in the game that affected the outcome towards the end of the game. I'm just leave it at that. This week we did take the fan base over. It is AJ. Look, man, it doesn't matter to me because one thing I can say is that the effort level was definitely there. The focus was definitely there. We made some first game mistakes. We made a lot of first game mistakes. Like on that play to JJ Hester, if he throws it to Josh Caddis. Look, and this is the crazy thing about it. It's just like a couple plays offensively. If he does this or the running back does that, like this game could be different because then you allow the coach to get in a rhythm. Like, oh, I got extra plays. Then you start getting a play caller rhythm. The same way how Toledo offensive coordinator in the fourth quarter found a rhythm. And with the mistakes, we were unable to find a rhythm. So hopefully it gets better. AJ said attitude was much better. Execution was yeah, exactly. And Toledo was a tougher opponent. Man, you're honest. Bush Hamlin too stubborn, or were we just trying not to? What was the too stubborn part about? Now I'm gonna say this, and I was wrong. I thought he passed the ball too much. He did have a series. I don't know if it was the fourth series where he went pass, but really he did try to run the ball. I'm gonna say this too. My honest opinion is this: is that I need to see more out of Seth with patience. And I don't know if that's because it's his first game in the uniform and him trying too much, but there were some plays that were had. AJ said wasn't stubborn enough, should have run it 21 times. There were plays to be had that he was too impatient with. See, Peanut, you are more on AJ's side. I didn't see that much pass, to be honest with you. Shit, I thought y'all fans wanted more passing. Shit, because that's why y'all want to get rid of Eddie Grant. If we're gonna run the ball, we should have just fucking kept Eddie Grant. I'm joking, but I'm also being serious. So we're gonna see, y'all. We're gonna see. The biggest improvement is always from game 1 to game 2. And it's easier to integrate players into a defense because it's read and react more than it is an offense where there's a little bit more between the ear involved in offense, a little more thinking. So let's see what week 2 does. We're going to see what week 2 does. I know Calzada is better. This is what I would say. Calzada played at UIW. And Toledo is a MAC team. UIW is a G5 team. He played damn good football for UIW last year against teams like Toledo. What happened this week? It wasn't like he was playing Florida State or Ohio State or something like that. He was playing Toledo. I don't think it's nerves. There was just some off. Wide receivers not getting open. He had some great passes. That pass to Wilrod, both of them were great passes early, and then the fumble pass. He threw a great pass to Macklin. It's there. We just gotta see it consistently. I feel like deep shots for second shot. Now, I don't see, but here's the deal. Peanut butter. And here's the deal. Every pass play has levels to it. Unless you like last year where we ran 2-man routes with Dane and Barry a lot. Now that's different. We didn't run a 2-man route. When there's not someone open and they're playing man, and you run a comeback and an out route, and your comeback and out route are prime interception routes. You don't throw it there if they're covered. If you're running a slot fade or a post and they're man to man, you give your guy a shot on that as long as you don't underthrow it. So I don't think there was call for deep shots. The two I saw in the first half, as I remember, they were not called deep shots. They were called, he went 1, 2, okay, I'll throw the deep ball. 1, 2, I'll throw the deep ball. So I'm not so sure. The other thing is, as a coordinator, it's such a guessing game. All right. And this is why the purists hate it, the old school purists. If I ran the ball 1, 2, 3, and I feel like, oh, they're gonna do a run blitz or they're gonna a run stunt, and I don't want to be in 2nd and 10 or more, and I think they're gonna do something to stack up in the run, I might call a pass. They gotta give their quarterback a chance, but not looking like they're drawing plays out of a hat. JD, what did you miss? Because I think JD missed since he's late. The first 2 series, JD, it seems like there was play design. Then when they got into that little turnover error, I guess I don't see that, JD. Stack plays that complement each other. So you were saying that, let's say, what are you saying, JD? I'm trying to see what they were run. You go inside zone, then you go counter some way. I don't know. I didn't see it, JD. I hear what you're saying. I understand. And someone had to tell me if Bush does a script. If you do a script, the plays are going to be to see how they react to formations and certain things you do. So it is going to be hodgy-podgy a little bit. It's not like we have a lot of plays. Peanut Butter said Bush goes by computers. I don't know. I would have to look at it closer. I didn't see anything wrong with the play calling. I really didn't. I'm thinking back. I really didn't see anything. There's no design or purpose. Explain that more, JD. What are you and I know this is tough to say in here, but give me some more context. For example, there's no design or purpose. Very random. For example, what do they do? The series we are running every next. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I see what you're saying, JD. That doesn't seem to me like picking plays out of a hat. That seems to me like it can be 2 things. First thing is that I gotta get my guy. I gotta see my guy pass the ball. Now it's there. I still say this is true for me. Is I think that Toledo, they wanted to try some things. And if this was Ole Miss and we was running the ball, I don't think they would have stopped running it. But against Toledo, you got a new quarterback. You gotta give him, you gotta allow him to eat a little bit. So you are going to implement some passing plays when maybe, when some people's estimation, you shouldn't. There was only one series I remember where we went pass. All the other series in the first half was run, pass. So I'm not so sure. But now I see what you're saying. They did do that on certain situations, but then as a defensive coordinator, you don't want to go run pass all the time. So hmm, okay, that's fair, JD. That's fair. That's fair. I don't think we have an identity yet. We don't have one. Uh, but like AJ said, we was getting 5 yards a pop on the run game. Why didn't we just keep running? Because you got to see if you can pass the ball week one, because you're gonna have to pass next week. Um, the passing game was atrocious for the most part. Some of that is on receivers not getting open. You gotta get open. Um, but every OC tries to get too cute. Every OC tries to get too cute. That's why you have a couple series of games like what the fuck. Um, like even the game tonight with Notre Dame and Miami. It's like, what are y'all doing? What is Notre Dame doing? So, um, peanut butter. We will run first. I'm if I look at the if I look at I'm gonna look at since we just talking. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. If I can look at the I can find the drive chart real quick. Give me a second. I don't know why I turned. Sorry, y'all. I don't know if it matters. You want to see the doggone game or not. But let me look at the drive chart because I thought we were run first the majority of the time. Hang with me, y'all. Hang with me. Hang with me. Why is not gonna give me? When was the game? Kentucky Toledo. Little slow. So drives. Going with drive. So first quarter. First quarter. First drive we went run, pass. It was second and 15. Is that really what happened? Oh, because the holding penalty. Yeah, run, pass, run, then pass. And that's not really pass because that was that screen pass. It was really run, then pass. Then we went run, pass, pass. That was. Then we went run. Then we went run. Then we had a touchdown. So those a lot of runs, y'all. So then the next series went run, pass on 3rd and 3. That was an interception. So I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all might be wrong. Then start a second. That's not our drive. That's their drive. Then we had the safety. Ugh. So that was a run. Then we got the ball back. Now this is the bad drive. This was the 4th drive. We went pass, and that was the fumble. So that wasn't a bad drive because that so pass, fumble. Then we had run, pass, run, scramble, run, pass, field goal. Pass on 3rd and 7. So y'all, I don't know what y'all talking about. Then we went 2-minute drill. So I don't know. Seemed like we was run first most of the time. I think y'all don't like Bush, so y'all all looking at the only the one drive. And the one drive they passed for on first down was the one where they passed it to Wheelride and he fumbled. All the rest of the drive we started with a run. All the rest of the drives in the first, I'm going with the first half. Our first play was a run. Every one of them. So, all right, y'all. We out of here. We are going to see y'all tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Y'all have a good rest of your shit. It's over now. I'll just see y'all tomorrow because it's midnight, y'all time. Your boy's out.